Breaking news now in East Denver. Police surrounding a Radio Shack where two gunmen are supposed to be inside.
Now, we want to fill you in on some background. This all began within the last hour on Colfax Avenue at Glencoe. And 7 News reporter Amanda Cost is at the police command post for us. Amanda, police have just confirmed for you there that there is one hostage.
At least one hostage, at least one officer, and at least one suspect, all inside the Radio Shack store right now. Here where I'm posted up at Elm and Colfax. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the closest view we have right now of this store. It's actually on the north side of Colfax. We just received new information about what is happening and what happened this morning inside that store. We know of an attempted robbery with at least one suspect involved. Now from there, the situation escalated, and somehow at the end of this, at least two officers, one suspect, and one hostage are now still inside of that Radio Shack. We know that there is a crisis negotiation team that just arrived on scene within the last 15 minutes. Along with that, SWAT officers and negotiators are trying to communicate with the officers who are inside, trying to negotiate with this at least one suspect. Now, the number one priority is getting that situation resolved, coming to a peaceful end. So exactly what's happening inside that store, the relaying of information is not happening as fast. That's what Denver police are telling us right now. In terms of what we're experiencing right now, this is a very fluid, ongoing situation. Denver police moving the barricades within minutes, expanding the scope of what could be. And when I first arrived on scene, officers telling myself and others to get inside, get out of the way so you don't get hit by anything. We heard 3 pops. Witnesses, myself, sounded like gunshots. Police are not confirming that right now. Their main concern is focusing on what's going on inside that Radio Shack. Now, business owners, those who were inside, patrons, told to stay inside and lock up. I spoke with a mother who was inside a restaurant here on Colfax. She was told to stay inside of that restaurant. She told me she ran out, and on the way she talked to me and she said she was going home to be with her children. She said it was a very scary situation what's happening here. And what you're looking at right now is traffic being diverted at this point. Traffic heading east on Colfax. Once they hit Elm, having to hit a U-turn, having to turn around. They have this entire section blocked off because of the situation. They're unsure, even though the potential suspect, at least one, along with these officers, are inside the store. They're still not sure of how that situation will develop, and they're keeping this whole area blocked up. You see officers speeding past. Most have been going the opposite direction, Mitch and Bertha, swarming on scene quickly. And how this escalated again to a situation where there were 2 officers, 1 suspect, and now 1 hostage confirmed inside this Radio Shack has not been relayed to us at this point. And I want to share this quote with you from a Denver police officer. They were telling us that this individual, at least one, inside the business, they said he's trapped, and I'm sure he feels desperate, and if he's armed, then that creates a real danger. Now, again, this is ongoing and developing, a very fluid situation, and we will continue to keep you updated. Reporting live in Denver, Amanda Cost, 7 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you for the latest there on scene.
And this is not an isolated incident. We have team coverage for you because we want to let you know that 4 schools are on lockdown.
7 News reporter Molly Hendrickson also live on scene for us. And Molly, what have you learned from your vantage point?
I'll tell you first about those schools that are on lockdown. There are 4 of them: Palmer Elementary, Teller Elementary, Park Hill Elementary, and Montclair School of Academics and Enrichment. All those schools on lockdown right now. Now, we're at the corner of Grape and Colfax, about a block away from the Radio Shack. I'll step out of the way so you can see that what we're seeing. Now, up on the roof, kind of across the way from the Radio Shack, we have 2 snipers. They've just been kind of standing by up there. We've spoke to a couple of witnesses here. One of them told us her brother-in-law is a gunman inside the store, and he was actually making calls out telling them that he was afraid to come out because he's afraid that he's going to get shot by police. We also spoke to another woman who owns one of the businesses that sits in that same complex as the Radio Shack. She tells us that she was inside when she heard just kind of some noise. She didn't say she heard any gunshots, just kind of some noise next door, and all of a sudden she saw cop cars. So she went downstairs kind of into a safety panic room that they have in her store and hid out there while until police came up and got her out and told her a little bit of what's going on. She tells us that the Radio Shack there is a magnet for problems, that they have another entrance to the backside, and oftentimes that's where the problems begin. People kind of go around to the backside where they're in the alleyway, and she's really hoping that something is done about this. So again, very fluid situation here. You can see we've been seeing police kind of go in and out of the Radio Shack, of the front door here, but at this point, those are the latest developments that we see here. Again, a lot of people just kind of standing by and waiting. We will keep you updated as this information becomes available. Back to you guys.
All right, Molly, we appreciate it. Thank you for staying back and staying safe. The police have several blocks around there cordoned off, asking people if they're into those businesses there to stay inside and not to go into the area. Again, this is right around East Colfax and Glencoe. It's been a little confusion. We're hearing some scanner traffic about possibly 2 gunmen. All we can confirm right now is 1 suspect, 2 officers, 1 possible hostage inside that Radio Shack.